On today's JMO with Josh and Joe, it is 4 days before the lunar year.
4 days before the lunar year.
No, I'm just kidding. It's Super Bowl week, baby.
Let's go.
Super Bowl week. We do our Super Bowl preview. We go through a detailed preview. Detailed preview of each team. We give you our predictions. So basically, fade them all.
Yeah, and some twists.
A couple of twists, a couple of prop bets.
Go
through a couple of prop bets that you may not, some people may not, normally bet. Mm-hmm. So you might want to just fade those. We get a little more NFL news. There's another coaching hire. There are no more teams left in the NFL without a coach.
Nope.
And there are some surprising coaches without jobs. We go through all of that. Then we hop into some NBA talk. We talk a little bit about the Pelicans. They're on a 3-game win streak. Mm-hmm. They're doing pretty good. Then we go through a little bit of the rest of the NBA. Some teams are hot. Some teams are hot, Joe.
Real hot.
Really, really hot. We go through who those are. We go through what makes them work. James Harden has figured it out. I think that's part of the process. He's he's figured out that he's part of the problem.
Yeah, he's been listening to Taylor Swift.
Yes, he's part of the problem. He figured it out. So we dive a little more into the NBA. I think that's about it, huh?
I think so. Let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO with Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, February 6th, 4 days before the Lunar New Year. And, Joe, the Taylor Swift Bowl is here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is the Taylor Super Bowl week, our little Super Bowl preview. I don't know what the Lunar New Year means, but it's coming up February 10th, so be careful of that.
Is that when the lunatics celebrate?
The lunatics year?
Celebrate New Year's?
Well, it's good. They're being inclusive. They're having a new year for crazy people. It's about time. Crazy people kind of gotten overlooked.
They've been discriminated.
Yes, they have, and they probably that's why they're getting crazier and crazier. So yeah, there you go. Lunatics get their own new year, February 10th, coming up, and the day after that we get a Super Bowl, and I because I did so bad at gambling on the conference championship games, I said I wasn't going to gamble on the Super Bowl. Well, that was a lie.
That was a lie?
I am 100% going to gamble on the Super Bowl. As a matter of fact, I got some prop bets I'm going to talk about later that I'm going to need to address because, I always bet on the Gatorade. I got to bet on the Gatorade. That's just one of those things that, I'm going to bet on the color.
And that's going to be a really enticing segment for viewers. And that's not because from a professional standpoint that, of what to bet. It's actually to fade the bets.
That's true. Yes, that is true.
Really exciting moment for us.
Yeah, sneak peek. I'm going to bet orange. I think so basically what the Gatorade means is you are betting on what the color of the Gatorade that is poured on the winning coach will be. I'm going to go ahead and bet orange. So
orange.
Don't bet orange. Don't bet orange at all. So yeah, I'm actually going to give y'all some winning picks. Just fade them. But yeah, let's get to the Super Bowl preview. It's obviously a big game. We got a couple of NFL things that happened since the last time we were on air. I do want to say next week we won't be recording until Wednesday. We have a little holiday here in Louisiana we like to call Mardi Gras, and that is next Tuesday. And trust me, neither Joe nor I will be in any state to record that day. Promise you.
The state will be totally shut down, and so will our bodies.
Yes. Mental capacities, physical capacity, and spiritually, I will be shut down too.
Yeah.
We shut down spiritually for this. This is actually originated from the Easter. I think it was a religious thing, right? Fat Tuesday, you get fat before Lent.
Yes.
Ash Wednesday's the day after. Yeah, it actually, so it shuts us down spiritually too. we're just completely shut down. We don't. I mean, the whole state, like you said, the whole state shuts down. It's a giant, beautiful mess, and it's a wonderful thing. I'm gonna be drunk for like 4 days straight.
My company, for example, so its headquarters is in New Orleans, and it actually has some other headquarters in Maryland, Michigan. And so what they actually do for their holiday season is they actually will be like, hey, you other locations, you can have an extra day of holiday, whatever y'all want to choose it as, but we are getting Mardi Gras. Like, we are going to get Mardi Gras, and then you use that day. You can use it any time of the year. If you don't want to celebrate Mardi Gras, fine. You don't have to have it off, but New Orleans will have it off.
It's a state holiday. It really is. They shut down schools. Schools are out.
Yep.
Schools out. Yeah, it's actually kind of wild. New Orleans is a different place. It's not American. Like it's a whole, like, you know how Vatican City's kind of its own country?
Yeah.
That's kind of how New Orleans is. More specifically, downtown New Orleans.
And honestly, it's a scientific fact that it's the most European American city in the U.S.
It's a French-ass city. But I'm just talking about, like, it's just, you go down there, you're just like, where am I? You're not in America.
It's also taken its own little turn as far as its own identity.
Yes, it has. Bourbon Street is a one-of-a-kind place. And I, like, it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. There's a lot going on. It is a lot of people. There's a lot of drunk people. There's a lot of alcohol. There's a lot of weird shit. It's a lot, but it is something you have to experience once in your life because it is absolutely insane. And it's in my opinion, it's one of the more beautiful things. I think it's like a beautiful mess, beautiful disaster. Like that 311 song, Beautiful Disaster. It's so much fun. So much fun.
You know how like F1 has like the different courses and race courses, and you got football stadiums and some of them are just like the most prestigious. I feel like this is more relatable to, like, if you're a people watcher, this is like the Hall of Fame venue to go to if you get high off of like people watching, like I do.
Yeah.
I go to my local Walmart just to people watch.
Yeah, so they have the NFL Hall of Fame in Canton. Mm-hmm. They have the MLB Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
Yep.
This is the people watching Hall of Fame is New Orleans. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. If you like people watching, this is it. Just make sure you keep your wallet and phone and everything really close to you because they got some people that like to steal.
Yeah. It's crossed the boundaries. It's crossed that line quite a bit. So just beware of that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like a lot of big cities have that problem. Just New Orleans is a little on the higher side.
Yes, it's per capita.
We're good. Yeah, per capita. We got to say per capita.
Per capita.
Okay. Anyways, let's get to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl preview. 49ers are favored -2, I believe. Can you fact check that? The lines.
I saw -1.5 just a couple hours ago. ESPN bets.
Can you?
No,
okay.
it was ESPN bets, but I can check.
Yeah, can you double check? I want to just as for real time, get the over under and the spread because I like the I don't know. We'll break it down. I'm gonna break it down between like we'll go through coaches, quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, everything. Who we like better.
Oh wow, FanDuel has it updated -2.5.
-2.5.
San Fran.
I feel like it's been going up, right?
Well, like I said, I had seen -1.5 for San Fran, and that was like 2 hours ago.
And I saw -2 about an hour ago.
So that actually calculates quite.
But yeah, but like we're looking at different sites. FanDuel, that's a pretty good one. -2.5 on FanDuel. I think people are just purely betting the Niners out of spite. Like they just want the Niners to win because they don't want the Chiefs to win.
Yeah, I think so too, which would honestly, it really, and it pains me to say this, it honestly makes it appear like it's going to be a Chiefs win. Like it's a part of the script.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I have a couple of things I wanted to talk about with that. The over-under is 47.5. I'm going to slam that over. That's not even a question for me. I know I'm going to... Again, look, I'm giving y'all perfect material and perfect betting. Just any type of betting you want to do. You just fade what I do, and you're going to win a lot of money, okay? I'm picking the over because I'm actually confident in that. I really do think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
I think it's going to be close. I don't know. For whatever reason, and this is not logically based, but like my head always goes towards like these big games like this, that it's a slow paced game because there's a shitload of commercials, and this may be just my point of view. So like the offense can't get into a rhythm. So I always have a tendency to kind of, when it's 47.5 like that, I have a tendency to kind of go to the under.
And you'd probably be right, because what the San Francisco 49ers should do, what they should do is run the ball. Run. That's the weak part of the Chiefs defense. And honestly, I think the fucking Chiefs are gonna be throwing those little short passes in the flats, cause like they're gonna have to I think they're gonna attack their secondary a little more, so he might be passing a little bit more downfield, just because Greenlaw and Warner are just monsters.
Yeah,
they're in their front seven is all fucking studs. That's it. It's just only studs. So I think that Mahomes should attack their secondary a little bit more,
and especially early.
Early, yes.
Especially early, because if you remember the NFC Championship, and quite often this season, San Francisco has gotten in trouble early. If somebody's like, really punched them in the mouth from the get-go, they've gotten down, but have been able to work their way back up because they're obviously a talented team.
Correct, yes. So we'll see. I'm gonna bet the over. I just don't like betting the under. I don't know. It's weird. But you want to go through each position? Well, I guess we won't do each position, but like on offense we'll do the positions, and then on defense we'll kind of we'll go linebackers, D-line, cornerbacks.
Okay.
Let's do coaches. Start off with the head coach, Kyle Shanahan versus Andy Reid. I'm going Andy Reid. He's beaten Kyle Shanahan before in the Super Bowl. He has been to, I don't know how many. He won the Super Bowl last year. I just you can't go against Andy Reid in this situation, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you're right. On paper, you've got Kyle Shanahan, the greatest choke artist in these type of games.
Correct.
Whenever obviously point to Atlanta and San Francisco, and then you got Andy Reid, who is the best coach in the NFL.
Okay, I agree. I don't think there's anybody better than Andy Reid right now.
I was just kind of waiting for the
Bill
Patriots
Belichick,
fans, to start spieling out.
Patriots fans are gonna have PTSD. They'll be like, no, wait, he's not our coach anymore.
I was kind of imagining them crawling through the camera and just yelling at me about it, but you can't because that's not.
Bill Belichick is not in the NFL right now.
Exactly.
I guess if you consider the free agent market still part of it, but no, he's not employed by any particular NFL team right now.
Yes.
So yeah, you're right. He is. He's the greatest coach in the NFL right now.
Yep.
So I'm guessing, is that who you're picking?
Yeah, I'm picking Andy Reid.
Okay, let's go with quarterback. Brock Purdy versus Patrick Mahomes. If this isn't a no-brainer for you, then you probably shouldn't. You probably never. You're probably a Swiftie who hasn't watched
enough football,
yeah.
Or didn't even pay attention to Patrick Mahomes because you were just focused on Travis Kelce.
Right. Well, no. In this case, most of the time when it comes to Swifties, they're gonna pick the more attractive quarterback, and I'm gonna say Brock Purdy's probably the more attractive quarterback.
He's got the more of the dad look, even though Patrick Mahomes does have the dad bod.
He has the dad bod.
He does have the dad bod.
Yes, he does.
But I think with the apparel that he wears, Brock Purdy and his face, he just has that dad face.
I don't know. He looks kind of young though.
He does. I mean, maybe your historian teacher. I don't know.
And also, Patrick Mahomes sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, that's not as attractive for the ladies.
No, did you see? He's like, oh yeah, I got a six-pack underneath this dad bod.
Yes, I did. That's actually the reference I was making.
Oh, okay. That's where his dad was hiding his beer. Too soon?
Oh,
too soon?
That was too soon.
I thought that was kind of funny.
That was a good one.
But anyways, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go with I'm going with Mahomes. Like obviously, it's obvious, right?
I got an M. Night Shyamalan twist to this one.
Don't do that.
Yes.
No,
Okay,
don't
so
do
like
that.
every Superman has his kryptonite, right? Every Superman has his kryptonite. What has been Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite in the playoffs?
Joe Burrow.
Well, yes,
Not anybody but Josh Allen. Not Josh Allen.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
He's not beaten Tom Brady. He has beaten Joe Burrow, but he has not beaten Tom Brady before in the playoffs. He's 0-2.
Okay. So you're okay. Where are you going with this?
What if his kryptonite is late round drafted QBs?
So you're only basing this on Joe or on Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's performance against Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Small sample size, but I like it. You're getting ahead of it.
I'm getting ahead of it.
Okay.
And like people may try to dispute it. They may try to throw out facts like, Patrick Mahomes does not play defense, to combat Brock Purdy, but you know what?
You're getting in front of it. I don't agree, but I don't disagree. I don't know if that's not a good answer. That's a terrible answer, but
You don't know enough to argue against it.
I don't know enough to argue against it. You're absolutely correct.
Because there's no data on Brock Purdy versus Patrick Mahomes. Haven't met in the regular season. The only time they technically did, it wasn't Brock Purdy didn't start. Jimmy Garoppolo started in 2022, and then Brock Purdy came in through like 4-5 passes at the end of the game, garbage time.
Garbage time. That doesn't count.
But it doesn't count.
Yeah, that we saw that with the Green Bay. The Green Bay Dallas playoff game was like one of my favorite games, just in the fact that like if you watched that game, you came away saying Dak Prescott sucked. But if you just look at the box score, you're like, damn, Dak Prescott played really well.
He had himself a Blaine Gabbert game.
Yes, he did, and like that's why like I will reference that game anytime somebody brings up a box score.
The box score.
I don't care. You gotta watch the fucking game. You gotta actually see the game flow. You gotta see because Dak Prescott couldn't play football in the first half. He got the yips. Like he could not play football in the first half of that game. It was terrible.
It's a typical Dak move in the playoffs.
Dak move all day.
I mean, he did it for my fantasy playoff. I don't even know how he knew I was in the fantasy playoffs and I was riding on him the entire year. But he just choked in my first round of my fantasy playoffs.
Damn.
He
chokes in the fantasy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what playoffs it is. He's just going to choke.
Oh, man. Okay, so so you're going with Brock Purdy as the better quarterback in this one. You're going to put your money on Brock Purdy in this one.
No, I'm going Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. All right. That was an M. Night Shyamalan twist.
It got you there for a second.
You got me. All right, running back, this should be pretty obvious. Christian McCaffrey versus Isaiah Pacheco. I love Pacheco. I'm not trying to take anything away from Pacheco. He's had an insane rookie year. It's his rookie year, right?
This is his second year.
Second year. Okay. He's had an insane sophomore year. Like he's done really, really well. Christian McCaffrey's just that fucking good. I'm gonna go with Christian McCaffrey. And anytime you want to like put like a little cherry on top of a parlay that you think you're going to win, but you really not, throw Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown in there.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I think you should throw any Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown in this one. If you're gonna make a parlay, at least add that. It's a plus like 125 or something like that. It's not. And it'll boost it. And it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with McCaffrey.
I love how you just said that because now like people are gonna fade it. Now you have to fade it.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn. You gonna do that to everybody?
Well, I mean, you're going to make a lot of money, I guess. I don't know.
Is there a way to do Christian McCaffrey no touchdowns?
I don't know.
Interesting. We'll have to look.
Yeah, you got to look that up. Tight ends, Greg Kittle and, or George Kittle. Oh, I'm sorry. George Kittle and Travis Kelce. I'm going to go Travis Kelce. He's turned it on these playoffs, bro. He has turned it on. I get it. Kittle has played out of his mind. I know. But this is the Super Bowl. This is Travis Kelce trying to impress Taylor Swift. I think he goes off.
Yeah, I think you're right because there's a significance with the playoffs. So, obviously the playoffs most prestige moment in the NFL. What it was the most prestige moment in music industry just recently.
Grammys.
The Grammys. And Taylor Swift just got some accolades on herself, so I don't think he wants to be one-upped.
Well, or he's got a match.
He's got a match, at least.
I mean, he had a great AFC Championship game, but maybe they're just trying to like keep one-upping each other.
Maybe that's why they've been in the relationship this long. They're actually just two truly competitive people.
They're competing against each other.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, I can't wait till they break up. That's gonna be one hell of a fucking album. Good Lord, that's gonna be like the greatest fucking album.
I think Roger Goodell will cry.
Yeah.
He'll cry listening to that album.
He'll be in the shower just with all his clothes on, just squatting down, holding his legs, just listening to Taylor Swift.
What if, she already just announced that she has a new album coming out this spring? What if that is, basically she's about to, break up with, Travis Kelce?
Well, a lot of people are saying he might propose, which I don't think he's going to propose at the Super Bowl. That was actually a prop bet.
That was a prop bet?
Yeah, will Taylor Swift or will Travis Kelce propose at the Super Bowl? That's a no-go. Travis Kelce, he's all business right now. He's
all business.
All business. He will not. He'll do much better than that for a proposal. Please, he'll rent out a fucking island to propose to Taylor Swift. You have to. She's a billionaire. And if she's not a billionaire, she's gonna be a billionaire at some point. So you can't just propose at your own Super Bowl. That's not. No, this is about you, Travis. This is about you. You proposed to her in the most romantic way possible. Didn't Kanye rent out the Giant Stadium to propose to Kim Kardashian or something like that? Wasn't it? I thought it was something ridiculous like that.
I think you might be right. I just don't know much about Kanye or Kimmy.
Kimmy, yeah.
Kimmy to.
Kimmy
to really know.
I mean, I loved Kanye, but the mid 2000s Kanye, you can say what you want about Kanye right now, but mid 2000s Kanye had some of the best albums of all time. I mean, everybody was on Kim Kardashian's dick. It was just they were just a power couple, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I kept up. Sue me. Anyways, we get so off topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're both going Kelce on this one, huh?
Yes, yeah. I don't think Kittle really cares. I think he's one of those guys, he just wants to win. He doesn't care if he's the best tight end.
Yeah. No, all right, so I'm picking Kelce. All right, let's go wide receivers. This should be kind of obvious as well. I'm going to go San Francisco.
Well, we have to determine whether Kadarius Toney actually gets the ball in his hands. Because he is a number one receiver if he gets the ball.
Oh, yeah, that's true. If he gets it in his hands.
If he gets the ball in his hands, he's a number one receiver.
Okay, well, as a wide receiver, how do you go about getting the ball in your hands? Do you have to catch it?
I think that's a plot hole right here.
You have to catch... Oh, it's a plot hole.
Like his hands?
Yeah. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, no, you have to catch it in order to get it in your hands.
Yes, so I'm not really following where Kadarius Toney is coming from. A lot of crazy things coming back from him. They should have put him back on the injury list.
Also, that was kind of funny. Why on God's green earth would you come out and say that you're not injured and that you have no idea why you're sitting? Why would you do that? Did you see that?
I saw it.
You saw that?
Yeah.
They're Kansas City's they're being nice to you there. What are you doing?
Yep. It was funny. This all was happening with Kadarius Toney, and I was like, man, it's almost like Le'Veon Bell's back in the NFL.
Yeah,
and
he's the wide receiver version of Le'Veon Bell.
And sure enough, Le'Veon Bell finds this way to trying to get back in the NFL again.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So he's mentioned that he actually wants to make a return. He's going to make a final push to go back to the NFL, but he only wants to play with one team.
Tell me it's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's absolutely the Pittsburgh Steelers, but he didn't say it. He's like, I don't need to tell y'all the name. Y'all know who it is.
Okay, all right, well, yeah.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's obvious. Yeah, it's the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers.
Yes.
Dude, how old's Le'Veon Bell? I gotta figure that out first because
Le'Veon Bell is actually not that old. If not as old as you would think he is.
I think he's 31. Okay, that's about where I thought. That's about when running backs are done. Like that they're teetering out.
Well, Raheem Mostert, he's actually 31.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes, he because that was the graph that I saw was he was the same age as like Le'Veon Bell. There was a couple other running backs as well.
Wow,
I think older than Derrick Henry.
I didn't know. I mean, you can always like just be like, hey, Frank Gore was like 50.
There's some exceptions.
There are some exceptions. Frank Gore is one of them. Let's see. I think Sean Alexander. He played for a while. Adrian Peterson, but Adrian Peterson's not human.
True.
They had some guys. Derrick Henry's looking like he's probably going to play for a while. He won't be as dominant as he used to be, but
there'll still be a role.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, let's get to all right. So yeah, I'm picking San Francisco wide receivers. Debo, Ayuk, Jennings. I picked them. I mean, they got Rasheed Rice, right? And then MVS is good for 1 or 2.
Yeah, no, Tony tried to make a case, but I'm going to go with San Fran.
Yeah, San Fran. Offensive line, I'm going 49ers, mostly because they have, God, why can't I think of his name?
Trent Williams.
And Joe Thuney will be out for the Chiefs. So I'm going San Fran.
Yeah, I think the offensive scheme works a little bit better for offensive linemen for San Fran, whereas Andy Reid kind of does more of a West Coast offense, and so does Patrick Mahomes, and sometimes it's a little unpredictable. So it's more difficult for the offensive linemen.
It's so hard to be an offensive lineman but at the same time, like, you have Patrick Mahomes.
He bails you out sometimes.
He bails you out all the time.
Yeah.
So like, I'm still sticking with my pick on the O-line being San Fran, but yeah, you're right. You get bailed out a lot more if you're the Chiefs offensive line.
Yep.
Plus, they're not bad. Like, Andy Reid's a good offensive line coach. Like, he does well. They're not terrible. I just they got injuries, and San Fran's got Trent Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see. Let's go defense. Let's start with the D line. You got to go. Like, you got to go San Fran with the D line, right? They just have guys all over the place.
They do have dogs. They got some dogs, but I mean Chris Jones too, though. He's up there with those guys.
No, I think he might be the best of them. Like,
yeah.
He might be the best defensive lineman on the field. I'm just saying, like, they got Nick Bosa, they got fucking
Greenlaw.
Greenlaw's a running back or a linebacker.
Oh,
yeah, they got Chase Young, Randy Gregory. I guess Randy Gregory kind of plays both. Javon Kinlaw.
That's who I was thinking. Javon Hargrave.
Yeah, they got guys. They got guys on the front line. And I think that the Chiefs only have basically Chris Jones, which again I think he's the best one, but he's the only one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Karlaftis is getting there. He's actually been progressing pretty well, but yeah. No, I would have to agree. I think the lines probably goes to the San Fran.
I think, isn't he Karlaftis young?
Yeah, he was just drafted yesterday.
Yesterday. This was his second year. Yeah. No, he's been good. He's 22 years old, yeah, for sure. They got some young guys on there too, but like I think overall I'm going to go 49ers on defensive line.
I'll go same.
Same thing? Okay. Let's see, linebackers. This is very easy for me. Just with Greenlaw and Fred Warner, you got to go 49ers, right?
Yep.
Again, like we alluded to earlier, the 49ers front seven is like the best in the fucking nation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we're both in agreement on that one.
Yep.
The cornerbacks, the DBs. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Oh, absolutely.
I think this is the Chiefs' strong suit. Their strong point in their defense has been the secondary this year. Like, besides Chris Jones just wrecking havoc on the defensive line, it's been their fucking secondary.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I mean, I'm not saying to take anything away from the 49ers. They don't really have the best secondary. I think the Chiefs are just there. They got guys all over the place on that secondary.
Well, they do. So San Fran does have Charvarius Ward.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They might actually be stealing signs. You think they're stealing signs?
Why?
Because Ward actually played for the Kansas City Chiefs back when they played 4 years ago in the Super Bowl.
Oh, you think he's just?
So you think?
Okay.
Do you think
paid
that's
paid under the table?
Yeah? San Fran brought him on to steal the signs.
Maybe
From 4 years ago.
I don't know. that's a far fetched one, but I like it.
Yeah.
You're trying to get an advantage any way you can.
Yes.
But yeah, dude. L'Jarius Sneed, Trent McDuffie. Justin Reed. They got guys everywhere. That's my point. They got guys all over that fucking secondary, which I think as weird as it sounds, I think it's gonna benefit Brock Purdy because the San Francisco 49ers should just run the ball and do like little slant routes.
Yeah.
Like stay out of the flats, stay out of the secondary. Just do slant routes and then down and ends. It's a pretty easy game plan. It's just executing it.
I think it sounds like a very big time Deebo Samuel type of game.
Big Deebo Samuel.
Big time Deebo Samuel.
But they usually like to do end arounds for Deebo Samuel. I don't think the end arounds are gonna work.
They do some like wide receiver short screens, and then they also do some slants with him.
Yep.
So I wouldn't put it out of them to
they just
have that
gotta
in their game plan.
Yeah, they just got a game plan for it because those corners, man, they fucking tackle. They do well. If you can just set up a screen for Deebo behind those big offensive linemen, behind Trent Williams, yeah, that'll work. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Chiefs DBs.
Yeah, I will too. But believe it or not, the Chiefs actually statistically. And I know you're going to yell at me you're going to call the Dak Prescott rule here, but statistically, the Chiefs were a better defense this year than the 49ers.
Okay. Cool.
You're going to Dak Prescott me?
Well, no. I'm just going to go injuries. Like Willie Gay was injured. They have injuries that are that have kind of they've been banged up, let's put it that way. They probably did have they were 7-4. Like they weren't bad this year. They were good this year. They were just like, it wasn't like they were dominating people and doing things that the nation wanted them to do, like they were expected to do or whatever. They were good. They were a good football team. So I believe it.
Yeah. But, yeah, so they were a little bit better. They also have a secret weapon, Steve Spagnuolo. Mm-hmm. He actually, believe it or not, is the only coordinator that has won multiple Super Bowls from different franchises.
Really? So he had the Chiefs and Steve Spagnuolo won with the Seattle. No, not Seattle.
No.
That was Dan Quinn.
This one's gonna be a tough one.
Was it the Rams?
Nope.
He had Steve Spagnuolo.
He was another defensive coordinator for a Super Bowl kind of a while back. But honestly, I don't
The Ravens?
No, I don't remember him being on this team. He actually was on the Giants when they beat the Patriots.
In 12?
In 2012.
Really?
Yep.
Ah, okay. Look at that. You learned something new every day. I had no idea. Okay.
Fun fact.
I did not know that. Okay, so yeah, all right, well, I mean, he basically tore up the fucking Ravens, which... Again, the Ravens not running the ball more that game just it pisses me off because I had a lot of money on the Ravens. Like I had the money on the Ravens in the over, and it was not a great game for me. I figured John Harbaugh would game plan a little bit better. I thought they would run a little more, so placed a couple of prop bets on the rushing game, and it didn't pan out obviously.
Yep.
So I'm a little bitter about it. But anyways, let's get back to this game. DBs, Chiefs. We both got Chiefs.
We agree.
Okay. Special teams. I'm gonna go Chiefs just because I trust in Bucker more than Moody. That's it. They're both good. They're both good kickers. Bucker's 7 of 7, I think, in the playoffs. He hasn't missed in the playoffs. Moody's, I think, missed 1 or 2. Regular season, I think he was like 33 or 35. Butker was. Like, I'm going to go with Butker.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll go with the Chiefs on that one as well.
Yeah, I don't know too much about either of these special teams, but I'm going with field goal kicker here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Now that we got that, for me, with those categories, I have 5 check marks for the San Francisco 49ers, and I have 5 check marks for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
So I didn't really get anywhere.
Yeah, nowhere with that.
I did all of this and got absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the conspiracy theories. I'm going to go with, like, everybody is picking San Fran, yet leading up into this week, the practice fields has been a little bit of a drama.
Yeah.
So the San Fran has been complaining about their practice fields where they're at UNLV, the college, and the Chiefs got the Raiders practice field. And apparently San Fran's complaining that the fields are not up to par. The sodding that they put in
Divas.
Yes. Maybe a little bit divas, but maybe also part of the script.
Part of the script.
And Roger Goodell admitted that he does enjoy the Taylor Swift, attention.
The
Saga. Yes. He's like, he just answered the question that answered what everybody knew, why they were putting so much attention on Taylor Swift. And he was like, oh yeah, well, there's a whole new market of young ladies that they want to be interested in what football is. And it's like, no, they just want to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to go global with this with NFL, and he's doing good. Like, they're going to Brazil. They've been in Mexico, Germany, London.
Do you think that was Roger Goodell, or do you think Brazil was the NFLPA? The Players Association.
I don't
Maybe
know.
cashing in. They're like, hey, look, we're going to Germany, we're going to London, we went to Mexico. Let's go get those BBLs in Brazil.
Okay, yep. That's exactly what it was.
I think it was the NFLPA.
Yeah. You're right. Those were definitely the players. There's so many Latinos down there in this just giant fucking booties. Yeah, and a lot of cocaine.
Yes.
That's the players. You're right. All right.
Just saying.
Cool. We figured that one out. I guess if they go to Sweden will probably be another players. Where else would the players want to go? You can't go to Colombia because that's too obvious.
Yeah.
That's why you just go to Brazil. Peru.
It's got to be discreet enough. Yeah, Peru.
Peru would be cool. I think Argentina would be dope. That would be a dope players one.
Yep.
Italy, no, that would probably be Goodell.
Yeah, that would be a
France,
Goodell move.
Spain, all of them, that would be a Goodell. I think Sweden would be a good players one. That would be fun. I think we should stay away from Asia, but that's not even me being racist. I don't give a shit.
Well, if they go to China, it's definitely a Goodell and LeBron move.
For sure.
That's when I will question if LeBron has stake in the NFL.
Yes. Yep. That's going to be the NBA NFL merger.
Yes.
That's just how they're going to do things over there.
Japan might be a cool one.
Japan would be a cool one. Honestly, having a game in Hong Kong would be dope. Just nobody in America would watch it because it'd be at like 2 a.m. Let's see. Russia would be dope. They could do it in
I think
Moscow.
every game would be a snow game.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have to have a snow game.
You gotta have to have a snow game.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it would be like the Patriots back in the day, when there was just snow covering the field. Yeah, you'd have to have a snow game in Moscow.
We'll just send the Patriots in Buffalo. That way they're used to it.
Yeah, that perfect. Done. All right, we figured that out. All right, let's actually get our picks in before we get distracted again. I'm going Chiefs money line and I'm betting the over. Chiefs money line. Yes.
Chiefs money line.
Chiefs money line and I'm betting the over. I'm putting all my faith in Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I think Travis Kelce has at least one touchdown.
Okay.
So my lock for both teams are Travis Kelce at least one touchdown, Christian McCaffrey at least one touchdown. Travis Kelce will not propose.
Not propose.
No, he will not propose.
Okay. Yeah, as much as I really want to say the 49ers, it's just I feel like I can't go against the script.
Dude, it's being played out right there in front of us.
Yes.
It's a script.
They're trying to distract us with all these dumb interview questions that they have leading up into the Super Bowl. But props to that 11-year-old, my boy Jeremiah Fennell, asking all the right questions.
Oh yeah, what did he ask?
He's been killing it. He actually asked or went toe to toe with Patrick Mahomes' fantasy football ideal or dream fantasy football team, but he couldn't draft any of his current players that he's or any players that he's played with.
Okay. What was did you have his lineup?
I didn't get the whole lineup, but,
okay.
Go check it out.
Okay, but he's asking the right questions.
Yes,
those are the real questions. We don't want to ask the questions where we're gonna get the generic fucking answers. Like, yeah, man, we're playing as a team. We're trying to win as a team. We got our brothers' backs. We're doing this. Blah 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 blah. We just gotta focus. All starts with the man in the mirror. Like, shut the fuck up. Quit asking those stupid goddamn questions. They're gonna give you the same stupid fucking answers, just different words.
Yes,
That's it. But yeah, I'm going Chiefs money line over. What are you doing?
I'm going Chiefs. Chiefs money line.
Oh, you're doing Chiefs money line too.
Chiefs money line. I think they win, and then I think it's gonna be the under though. I think it's just gonna be it's a slow paced game. So many commercials.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can't get into a groove as much. Yeah, under.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go through a couple of the prop bets. Heads or tails?
Oh, tails never fails.
Tails never fails. Yeah, that's no brainer.
But do we even know which one is tails now? It's like there's like a monument or like Sacagawea.
That is true. I don't know. I guess it's up to you, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay. What do you think Usher's first song's gonna be?
It's gotta be yeah.
I think he's gonna end with yeah. I think he's.
No. I think he's just.
That would be the ultimate. It just seems like it's too perfect.
It does. Honestly, that's the reason why. Him just being on stage and just like silent for a second, and he's like, "Peace up, A-Town down."
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah,
That would be more fitting if it was in Atlanta, but
that's true. I'm gonna say it's gonna be more. Do you really want more?
Okay.
That'll
That'll get them going very quickly.
I think that's a good opening one. I think you end with because actually a lot of bands, they don't end with the most popular song. They start with the most popular song and they'll end with like a second to most popular song. I've seen a lot of concerts where bands do that.
Yeah.
Like I saw Blink-182 back in the day, and they started off with "What's My Age Again."
Mm-hmm.
And they ended with All the Small Things. In my opinion, I think What's My Age Again is a bigger song, at least at the time. It was a bigger song than All the Small Things, but they started off with the bigger song.
It depends on what your song brings to the table. If it's a starter song, definitely get the people going.
Right. But anyways, let's see. Prop bets. Tails never fails. Usher first song more. How many songs is he gonna play? Over under I saw was 8.5. I think he go over. I think he can fit 9 different songs in there. Now obviously they won't be the full songs, but I think he'll do 9 different songs.
Yeah, more, burn, confessions.
I wanna make love in this club.
I don't mind.
I don't mind. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I mean, that gets us about already to 7-ish.
I know there's songs that I'm not thinking of. They're here. Like
and then you never know about those collaborations. What happens? Like if somebody comes in,
right?
They have other artists that come in and play. Yeah.
Oh, My Boo. Maybe
yeah.
Alicia Keys comes through.
Yep.
Yeah. No. There's Usher's got some fucking songs. Baby.
He's got some. I'm gonna go over.
Over? Yeah, me too. Make You Wanna Party. Oh.
With or without you.
With or without you, yeah. Damn, dude, he has so many Bad Girl.
Yep.
So many fucking Scream. Good deal. Yeah, I'm gonna go over on that one. All right, Gatorade color. I already said orange. So
I'm gonna go red.
Yeah.
Both teams are red.
Oh, good call. I saw Kelsey will not propose to Taylor Swift. We already talked about that. Over under national anthem. Reba McEntire is singing it. 90.5 seconds is what I was seeing. I slammed that over.
I think it's over.
I slammed that over. I know she's in her 60s or whatever, but like Oh, I think
that's even more. I would have to say that's even more incentive for it to go over.
See, I think everybody was saying that the older you get, the harder it is to hold those notes. So they were saying that's why it's kind of low this year. Normally it's closer to 2 minutes. No, I believe in my girl, Reba. I believe in my girl.
Slam the over?
Slam the over, baby. Let's go. Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, it's going to be Travis.
You think so?
It's going to be Travis.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
Yeah.
I picked Mahomes.
It's just unless there's maybe some just like crazy play and there was no offensive ability going on, like this was an entire defensive game, and like Ward has like 2 interceptions and 1 goes for a touchdown. Give it to Travis.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna have like 125 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll yep. You're right. You know what? You're right. Fuck, dude.
Swaying your pick?
Yeah, I'm still picking Mahomes, but I might bet on Kelsey.
Yeah. No, I'm going with the script. I'm just betting the script now.
You should.
I've gotten to this point, especially when it comes to betting. I'm just fed up because all my logical and rational answers have not fell through for me, so I'm just going to bet the script.
Yeah, you're leaning into it, which is good.
Yes.
Like, a lot of times we fight it.
Yes.
You and I fight this type of stuff. We're turning over a new leaf. At least you are. I'll probably fight it. But yeah, so there you go. That's our Super Bowl preview. We got some of our prop bets in there. I'm pumped. I can't. It's gonna be the worst fucking color game because red on red. It's terrible. But it's the Super Bowl. It's the fucking Super Bowl. It's the biggest fucking game of the year. Biggest sports game of the year. But anyways. We got some, let's get to a couple of NFL news. We had Dan Quinn is getting hired to the Commanders. Dan Quinn's a good coach. It's not like he's a bad coach. He's a better coordinator, but he took the Falcons to the Super Bowl, and he should have won that Super Bowl. He was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks whenever they won the Super Bowl in 2014.
With the Legion of Boom.
With the Legion of Boom. He was the coordinator for that. He went to another Super Bowl. I can't remember where. What the fuck?
See, Dan Quinn has figured out that he has to change his ways. And one of them is if he doesn't wear a backwards cap the entire time on the sidelines as the head coach. I mean, I know it doesn't look like the most professional, but if he doesn't do it, he's going to fail as a coach.
Yeah, the backwards hat. I mean, you can see Joe and I both we wear backwards caps all the time. All the time.
Well, because the thing is I want good vision. I want to be able to see, and I don't want to cloud my judgment with like all these shadows and stuff like that. You got to have backwards cap.
Right, and I have terrible hair, so I'm just going to wear a hat.
Well, everybody looks better with a backwards cap.
I agree. There's even a lot of girls that look better with backwards caps.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Like, I'm kind of into it. But, this is, I don't know why Bill Belichick and
Mike
Vrabel did not get jobs. This is kind of blowing my mind here. I can kind of understand why Bill Belichick didn't. Like, he's old. You're going to have to give up way too much for him. Like, he's going to want control over everything.
They didn't want to deal with his personality.
Yes, which is understandable. That's fine. The Mike Vrabel thing is really confusing to me because he's a great coach. And what he did in Tennessee with what he had I thought was incredible. I just don't get it. I don't know what happened.
So there's rumors of some scouts at the Reese Senior Bowl down in Mobile that some anonymous sources that have referenced that the reason why he did not get a head coaching job is because of his size and stature is a little intimidating. So the front offices for the open head coaching jobs are little bitches.
Yourself.
Little bitches.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, that's what I want. I want an imposing guy as my head coach of a imposing football team, you know? I mean, look, I get it. Dan Campbell is not maybe emotionally as imposing because he probably cried during the interview, but
he probably did.
but at the same time, he's a big guy, and look what he's doing with the Lions.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, dude, he goes out and does the pregame warm-ups with them and everything. I want my guy to be a football guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd pick Mike Vrabel in a fight over every single coach in the league. Maybe not Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell would be a coin flip. But I'd pick Mike Vrabel in a fight against, everyone.
Yeah.
All of them.
He would probably chuck Dennis Allen across the entire field.
Yes. Oh, I hope he would. I hope he, impaled him.
or maybe Mike McDaniels is going out of the stadium.
Yeah, Mike McDaniels is getting punted. And him and Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
Matt LaFleur would just absolutely get annihilated. And fucking Kyle Shanahan. Actually, no, Kyle Shanahan would put up a little bit more of a fight.
Now, you know what would be an underdog that I think could actually take him? Pete Carroll.
Okay.
Don't underestimate Pete Carroll.
He's not in the NFL.
I
That's
know.
another guy that didn't get a job. I guess they're just not looking for old guys.
Yeah, trying to move on.
Let's see. The other news from the Commanders: Cliff Kingsbury is the offensive coordinator. Tell me you want to draft Caleb Williams without telling me you want to draft Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I mean, in the terms of negotiation, you want to kind of keep your side like a secret so you can have that advantage and that leverage.
When you're playing poker, you hide your cards from the other players so they don't see what you're trying to do.
So Washington Commanders are drunk right now.
They're drunk, yeah.
They have their cards just sprawled out on the table. Don't even know that they're doing it.
Or maybe they're Kim Kardashian and wore those glasses.
Reflective glasses.
Reflective glasses.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
So all of your bargaining power is gone, I guess. Because he did all right. So for the listeners, Cliff Kingsbury coached Caleb Williams last year at USC. This was a very. It seems to the naked eye, to everybody, that it's a very obvious hire. Hey, we're going to hire the guy who was the offensive coordinator at USC last year, who coached Caleb Williams, to be our offensive coordinator, while Caleb Williams happens to be in the draft this year as the number one player. Not just the number one quarterback, the number one player in the draft. You're going to have to trade up to get him, too. So, it's looking like Chicago's probably going to, well, I don't know.
And they're also kind of playing into the ego, though.
Also, it's good on Chicago for not disclosing what they're going to do with Justin Fields yet.
Yes.
See, that's how you keep your cards up.
You keep your cards close to the chest.
Yes. You don't want to show your hand like the fucking Commander did, pretty much.
Basically, I think every move that they've been doing they've been listening to Kenny Rogers on poker.
You got to know when to hold 'em. No, speaking of country, dude, we are if you were watching the video, we're drinking out of red Solo cups. This is in memory of Toby Keith. R.I.P. in peace. He was I listened to him a lot. He was a big part of my my coming up. He was
my college years.
Yeah, that and I think during 9/11, he came out with a lot of patriotic songs, and we just kind of rallied around him, and he pumped us up. It was really, we were all feeling really patriotic. It was awesome. Just courtesy of the red, white, and blue American ride. It was a big part of my adolescence into like Joe said, our college years. It was. Red Solo Cup came out when we were in college, and that couldn't have been a better party song. Mm-hmm. So R.I.P. in peace to a legend. He was battling cancer, died at the age of 62, very young. It's just, it's not fun. I haven't been great today. It's been a kind of a depressing day for me. But anyways, we're drinking out of Red Solo Cups in memory of Toby Keith. Back to the Commanders. Yeah, they're not good gamblers. They're like me.
Yeah.
They're like me. Let's see. You got anything else in the NFL? I think that's about it, baby. We just need this game to happen, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a little bit of NBA talk. Obviously, after this week, we're gonna get a little more detailed into the NBA. We'll probably bring back our segment called OT Dish. I think we'll work on another segment too. But yeah, let's dive into some Pels talk. We are on a 3-game win streak, where it's against the Rockets twice and the Spurs. Like, we don't need to talk about that, but in the fact that we should have probably lost to the Spurs.
Yeah, that was definitely a close one.
Yeah,
Too close for
but here's the thing, we won it. That was my thing. We made sure we were able to win in like a last second fashion. Like that was awesome. It was great. I just, in those type of games, I forget who we're playing, and I enjoy that game for the moment.
Yeah.
For the moment, it was awesome. And we got the W. That was basically the main thing.
Well, because at the end of the day, it gets put onto the win column, and when we get to the playoffs, no one's going to remember that.
No, nobody. It's just a W.
It's just a W.
It's just in the W column.
Yeah. So, but shout out to Bi on
Dude.
his amazing night.
Looking nice. Looking so nice, dude. He's looking so high. It is awesome.
Yes, he's just gotten higher.
He keeps getting higher. Just keep playing Creed. Just keep playing that Creed song higher, and like smoking whatever the fuck it is you're smoking, because it is it's working.
He got some good shit because his not only did he get higher, his scores have gotten higher.
Right. And I will pay your drug dealer to keep feeding you that weed. Whatever he's putting in it. I don't care if he's lacing it or not.
Yeah.
Just keep feeding him.
I mean, he went on that 5 3-point in a row making.
He made 5 3-pointers in a row?
5 3-pointers in a row.
You kind of jumbled up that sentence a little bit.
Yeah, words are hard. Words are hard.
We're reaching that hour point. Once we start getting to like 55 minutes, it's just like a brain start to check out.
A little bit, you know. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been a long day. But yeah, so we got the Pels got a big game tomorrow. Big game against the Clippers tomorrow. We need to win this one. The Clippers are on a fucking tear.
In fuego right now.
Yes.
25-5 since the Harden trade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't
that crazy?
That's insane.
Yes.
They are 25-5 since the Harden trade.
Exactly the opposite of what I thought it was going to happen.
Same. Agreed. I agree. And honestly, dude, I think they might be in the Western Conference Finals. Like, they are looking that good. As weird as that sounds.
Yeah, I think they're tied for second in the West right now.
Yeah. No, it's OKC, the Timberwolves, and then the Clippers.
Okay, so they are.
They might be tied. They might be tied with the Timberwolves. I don't know, but I did want to talk about that. The hottest teams in the NBA right now: the Clippers.
Yep.
Like we talked about the Knicks.
Yep.
And the Cavs.
Yes.
The Cavs are on a fucking roll, baby.
15-1 in the last 16 games.
Dude. Holy shit, man! This is insane.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's crazy. It's those teams that we just forget about.
Yeah, kind of. Like
because
we didn't forget about them, but it's just like they're not like on the radar. Like,
yes.
Like all these, like maybe like a Boston or a Milwaukee would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, or Philadelphia.
Well, think about the Cavs. The Cavs made their big move whenever they got Spida. But they haven't really made like any real big splashy moves since then.
Yeah.
And then everybody thought Harden was just going to be the downfall of the Clippers, and that hasn't happened.
I think he's slowly progressed into a glue guy.
Slowly, yes.
As weird as that sounds, like he was a big egomaniac, but I think he's slowly progressed into like a glue guy. He knows his role. He knows he can put up shots. And he just kind of goes with the flow of the game.
Do you think after 7 teams, like the 7th team, he's actually, figuring out, hey, maybe I'm the problem?
Yeah. Hey, at least he figured it out.
Yes. Hey, props to him. Yes.
Yeah, he figured it out. Like, so now he's like, okay, I'm the problem. Here's how I solve it. So
yes.
Good for him. So Joe, no, the Lakers, the Clippers are, I guess technically you'd call it tied for second because Minnesota and Oklahoma City are tied for first. So
got it.
Yeah. But no, the West race is still fucking close as hell. 1st through 8th is still 7.5 games. 1st through 7th is 6 games. Like,
I will say those top 4 teams though, the rest of the West better watch out because the top 4 teams are kind of making a separation right now.
OKC, Minnesota, Clippers, and Denver they are separating themselves from the rest of the pack.
So that's why it's imperative, especially as us like Pels fans, we can't wander about right now.
No, we have to focus up. That's why I was emphasizing this game tomorrow against the Clippers. We have to win this game. This is like there's not very many must-win games at this point of the NBA season. I think this is a must-win game for the Pels.
Yeah. And we had talked about that last episode too. I brought up that we need to really start winning above us on the standings.
Yes.
Like we gotta we keep winning like people that are below us. Sometimes maybe a little scary wins with the San Antonio Spurs, but we've got to get these victories. So yeah, I agree with you.
Big game. Last thing I have before we go. Did you see the Jokic pump fake of the century against DeAndre Ayton?
No, I did not.
Look it up.
I did. I did see that one. Yes.
It was the slowest fucking pump fake, but it got DeAndre Ayton so good. It was hilarious.
I think that play in and itself might have cost him a max deal. DeAndre
Ayton's been putting up fucking numbers though. If you look at it, he's been the Trailblazers aren't very good, but he's been actually putting up fucking numbers.
Yeah.
But you got anything else?
Well, I did want to bring up the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
You think they're going to go down with the ship?
Yeah.
You think it's going to go down?
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
They have to because that ship has won many battles. It has overcome many obstacles. They're attached to the ship. You remember in Pirates of the Caribbean, they
the third movie?
The third one, yeah. Part of the crew, part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship. He becomes part of the fucking ship.
Yeah.
That's what the Golden State Warriors are right now.
Yeah.
They're going down.
They can't break up the three. They can't break up their three.
No, they can't, don't do it.
Yeah, and I mean,
go down with the ship.
Kuminga actually recognized that too. That's why he was complaining. He was like, "I need more minutes," and now he's finally getting some minutes, and he's averaging over 20 points a game.
I like Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga is a good player, and that's the only way you're going to be able to move on. But yeah, the ship has sailed. It's beyond sailing at this point. It's crashed and burned.
Crashed and burned. I don't know. Anytime you have Steph Curry, I think you're not completely sunk. I think, but they're at that point of the Titanic where people are realizing, okay, this ship's going down. We got to get off.
I think if he can take a team like this, and make a run, I think that'll solidify him as one of the top players in the NBA.
Yeah, you're top 5. If you can take that, if you can do this,
yes,
take this team. Yeah, you can.
He should just watch The Last Dance. He'd be like, "This is my last dance."
I mean, I still think Curry has a few more good years in him. I don't know if they're going to trade him though. That would be wild.
That would be wild.
Steph Curry in a different uniform?
I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do it.
I don't know. They did it with Jordan.
You might just get boycotted by your entire fan base, though.
Yeah, that's true. There's been a lot of players that have played for different teams later on in their careers.
Yeah.
I mean, Shaq played for multiple teams. A lot of players play for multiple teams. The LeBron bounce around. That's just kind of how the NBA is. Larry Bird, I think he played for a different team at the end of his season too. He wasn't with. I think
he stayed with the Celtics.
Did he stay with the Celtics?
I could be wrong, but you're right. These boys ain't loyal. So
no, I think it's more it's not the boys. It's the organization. It's the organization.
The organization, yeah, that's true. It's a little bit both sides. I agree.
Yeah. Career teams.
Career stats, or
yeah, I guess we could
because it'll show what team that he's been on.
All teams. So he was just a Celtics guy.
Just the Celtics. But you're right. I mean, there was some big time names that have gone to different places before, and it's just the nature of the game.
Damn. I think Magic Johnson was all for the Lakers too.
Yeah. He
Good for him.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. You got anything else?
That's about it.
All right. We will see y'all next week. Again, it will be on Wednesday because we will be out of commission physically, mentally, and spiritually on Tuesday.
All right.
Love y'all.
Later.